This video tutorial will show you how to register a project if you are a nonprofit organization or a public school interested in submitting a project for Trident United Way's Days of Caring. First, once you get to this site, you will need to have login credentials already prepared. If you don't have login credentials, please contact us at the email address dayofcaring@tuw.org, and we will create login credentials for you. Once you have those login credentials, you will go ahead and log in. And this is not the screen that you'll be looking for. You will actually be assigned as a volunteer administrator role. And this is the image or the screen you'll see with the menu options here at the top. You have the ability to update information about your organization, including a quick description or a mission statement, as well as your contacts. To submit a project, you'll go to the Opportunities button. And then here will be listed any past projects that you may have submitted in past years, which if you'd like to make a copy, if you're doing something similar to last year, you can find that project and come over here and click the two paper icon or copy and then just update the information for this year. Otherwise, you'll click the add button, which will take you to the form. So you'll want to go in and complete all of the fields to the best of your ability. You'll put a detailed description. Maybe also include the purpose or the reason the project is important. And clear instructions as to what volunteers can be expected to be doing at the project. This next one is the contact person. So if volunteers reviewing your project have questions and they want to reach out to you, that should be whoever is going to be leading or managing the project. So you'll come over here to the right and click this icon. And first, go ahead and search for your contact person. Many times we have them in our system already, and you would select that name. But if not, you can create the new person. You'll see now my name is listed here. So you'll go down and update all of these fields according to your project details. Again, be sure you are submitting a project for one of the Days of Caring, November 17th, 18th, or 19th. So I'm going to have my afternoon project. You can use the little calendar icon or you can type it in, but you will want to use the arrows to put the time in. Don't worry too much about this assignment status button. That's something we'll handle on our end. But if you do have an estimated budget, say your project is painting and you know that you need some painting supplies and say it's going to be around $200, go ahead and just put that in. It doesn't have to be exact, but it'll just help volunteers, especially those that may have a budget that are able to contribute to supplies for your project, to have an idea as to how much money might be required to obtain those supplies. So we're asking volunteers to provide paint in a neutral tone. If you know exactly the colors, that's very helpful. Or if you know you need semi-gloss, any of those details are going to be very helpful. And then if your agency is able to provide maybe some water or snacks, certainly not required, but it is nice and helpful for those volunteers. If you are hosting a supply drive project, those details I would encourage you to actually put in your description. You don't have to list them as again down here in the volunteers should provide. Just put those in your description. The address where your project is going to be taking place, or if your address is confidential until volunteers sign a confidentiality agreement, you have that button you can check there. Please be sure to check this box. Even though it only has one of the dates for Days of Caring, it will help volunteers to be able to find all projects associated with Days of Caring. And you can see we're still working to update our language with the extra S since we've expanded to 3 days. And the more options that you complete here just helps volunteers to filter their results when they're looking for projects, if they want to look by skill, by neighborhood, by county, and whatnot. And then this last field, type of opportunity. If you do have a volunteer group already committed to your project, please select the pre-partnered option, as well as any of these other buttons that are relevant. So if you have a company coming and it is an in-person project, you would select both. And then you'll click add. There's one more piece that we'll need you to complete here. Even though you did put times on the other screen, the form is asking you to add those times again. And this is sometimes we have projects that do have a morning and an afternoon shift. And so we just want to be clear as to, so the volunteers know exactly when the project is, especially if you have a project that has multiple shifts, you only have to submit one project with those multiple time shifts. And then from there, you'll click add. So if you only have the one time to include or add, then you'll click the return button here and it'll take you back to the main screen where you'll see all of your list of opportunities. So you'll see this is the one I just added. If you have additional projects, you'll scroll back down to the bottom and click add again. Or if not, here is where you can check the status of your project. It says open here, which means that it has been submitted to our team at Trident United Way for review. Once it has been published to our website for volunteers to view, this will say published. You'll also receive an email that says it's been published as well. If you ever want to make updates or changes to your project, you would simply click on the title of your project and it'll take you back to that form to edit any of the information. You'll also be able to track the status of volunteers who have registered for your project. If someone signs up, they'll actually, that number will fall under the number of referred volunteers. Once you have accepted them, you can change their status to assigned, and that way that number will fill up here. If, say, for instance, a group of 5 volunteers signs up for your project, unless you tell us otherwise, we will keep your project open until all 10 spots are filled. If you are satisfied with the number of volunteers that have signed up, even if it doesn't fill every spot, please contact us to let us know and we'll remove your project from further volunteer registrations. To view the list of volunteers that have signed up, you will click on this bulleted list and you can get their contact information to reach out to them. You will also receive automated emails from our system notifying you when a volunteer has signed up. So that is a quick rundown of how to submit a project and maintain your project in our eVolunteer system. We also have a printed manual for you to follow if that is easier, and also to refer back to. But for any questions regarding your project or volunteer registrations, please don't hesitate to contact us at dayofcaring@tuw.org. Thank you for joining us for our 21st annual Days of Caring.